Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chan, and remember I said there was 2 episodes of Caught in the Act. Here's episode number 2 from this new season. Let's go. So this is Richard. Richard is from Memphis, Tennessee. He's a digital creator. He's had a lot of loss in his life. He lost his parents when he was like in his 20s. Tammy asked him where did he, learn about love and things like that. He said his grandparents. And she asked him how does he deal and process everything. He said he just takes it day by day and he puts one foot in front of the other. Richard is not a time waster, right? Let's keep going. Now he's dating Elisa. I think she's like an Instagram model, right? He said that they met in Target. He kind of followed her through the aisles and he thought she was beautiful. He asked her on a date and it went from there. And they've been together about a year. So Tammy asked him pretty much like, what made you think that you love this girl? He said that being in a relationship like takes the weight off of life and the pressures of life. And he wants a relationship where he can have fun and be happy like his grandparents. But he feels like she's not on the up and up. So Tammy looks like this because he said he has brought Elisa a promise ring. But the red flags are Elisa does not communicate with him well, right? And he is all about the communication. She has told him that she's had past trauma in a relationship and he's trying to be patient, but he says only so much he can take. She is a model. She has late night shoots and he used to go with her. But here lately, she won't let him go. They share locations, and when he calls and asks her where she is, she kind of puts him off. And then Tammy said, well, do you think that maybe she can think you're doing that? He said, no, I don't cheat in relationships. I'm here for the relationship. So, child, they're about to get started. So, Elisa is like a content creator, Instagram girl, and all that. She was selling purses. The PI was sitting outside. She was sitting out there all day. And she was like, if she got all day in there, I got all day. But then this happened. She finally came out of the house and she came out of the house with this fella. And he drove a truck. And Richard did not like that at all. So then after that guy left, the PI waited like 4 hours later and she never came out. So she left. So this is day 2. And the PI followed her into like industrial parking area, right? So she was going in and so she went and followed her on her Instagram. And she found out that she was in a photo shoot. So she was doing that. So child, the PI done follow her to a restaurant. So she's sitting outside and she's on the phone. Who she's on the phone with right now is Richard, right? So when she hangs over Richard, child, she got 2 phones. This phone laying down here is what she was talking to Richard on. This phone right here is what she was talking to Matthew on. And when she was on the phone with Richard, she was like, she's journaling, she's eating, and she has to go. And when she talked to Matthew, she was like, hi, baby, blah, blah, blah. I can't wait to see you. 2 phones. Child, she done walked into a little golf spot with Matthew, right? And Matthew is really feeling himself with Elisa because he feels like Elisa and everything that she comes along with is his. Child, so Richard is at the headquarters, and this is his face when he realizes that the dude that she's at the door with, after they've sat outside and waited on her all day, drives a pickup truck. He is devastated. Like, he does really not know what to do. So then they show him the video where she's sitting outside talking to him, and then they show him the second phone. He said, pause it real quick. So this is Richard's face when he realized that there's a second phone. He's like, hold up, pause the tape. This is also his face when he hears her talking to Matthew and saying, hey, baby. His words exactly are, did she say, hey, baby? He's done. Child, so at this moment, he is very upset. He was like, I'm trying to be the man for her, right? But now she dealing with another dude. Tammy gonna say, I did notice when she was on the phone with you, she said, I love you. And she just said, hey, baby, to the other guy. Richard said, is that supposed to make it right? I know that's right, Richard. Ken's facial expressions are golden. He told Tammy, I was surprised at you saying that, talking about them 2 phones. Like, I was shocked at Tammy too, but Ken was definitely taken aback. So when she shows Richard this, he was like, he's ugly, right? This is Mr. Pickup Truck. And then he hears Mr. Pickup Truck say, this is my blank, 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 blank. Hold on. Richard said, no, Playboy, this is ours. And I go in there bareback. He came with it. He said, that's nasty. He's pissed. And he said he's done. This is his done face. I'm finished. I'm out. So So then Ken says, what if she says that I'm not being emotionally fulfilled? Like, Richard is not hearing that. Because Richard said, I'm giving her everything that it is that she needs. She won't communicate with me. She won't talk to me. She won't tell me. I'm giving her a safe space. Right? And then Tammy over there, are you sure that this is what you want to do? Look at Richard's face. He is done. So Richard said he is not Will and Jada, and he is not down for the entanglement. So he is choosing the takedown. Let's get on to the takedown. Child, so Ken and Tammy has found Elisa and Matthew. They are shopping. They have gone to pick him up. Richard is on 10. He is ready to go. So Ken is asking him, what is it that you want to ask her? He was like, why did you waste my time? Like, if you want to be with other people, why didn't you tell me that? And then Tammy was like, is there anything that we can do after you go through this that it could salvage anything? No. He said, once a cheater, always a cheater. Tammy, he's done. So Tammy and them had pulled up the video, right? Hold on. Child, they in the shoe store, kissing, hugging, touching, and all of that. Richard said, I'm ready to go get this over with. I don't have time for this. I don't need to see anymore. So Richard is on the way. Child, look at Matthew and Elisa. Complete and utter shock. Cameras in the face. Richard calling names. He want to know what's going on. They don't know what's happening. Baby, he comes in. He's talking about what's really going on here. Look at Elisa right here. She doesn't know what's going on. Richard tells Matthew that Elisa is his gift to Matthew. And he said, I'm done. At that moment, Tammy and Ken jumps out of the truck. It might be a little too late, but they're on the way. So right here, Richard is asking Elisa, what are you mad at me for? Right? So Tammy them comes in. She tells Elisa that you are on a show called Caught in the Act. And you are the star. She is pissed, right? Because honestly, you can't really process this that fast. So, child, this is her face when she talks to Tammy, and she was like, he's been following us the whole time. She was like, yes. She is mad at Richard for catching her. Ma'am, you are with a man who is not Richard, and you have been unfaithful to him. And all he wanted to do was be everything for you. He said that over and over. So Tammy's like, girl, you haven't been faithful to him. She was like, look, I've been loyal to him until he showed me signs that he was insecure. So all I did was show him why he's insecure. Baby, this little Cardi B lookalike, she is nothing to play with. She was like, he shows his insecurity by checking her locations and things like that. And Tammy was like, well, yeah, because you're here with somebody else. And Elisa said he's moving too fast. He's giving her a promise ring after 6 months. And that was just a little bit too much for her. So she didn't want to find Matthew somebody that can take it slow or whatever pace she's trying to be on. So Tammy was asking her, how is he insecure? She was like, he checks my phone, he checks my location. She was like, okay, and you're located here with somebody else. So he had a good reason. Then he comes in from talking to Ken, right? He's talking to Matthew right here. He was like, look, dude, you real crazy if you think she's not going to do to you what she's done to me. Hold up. Matthew got wild with it and said, dude, you lame. That's why she over here with me. Matthew, cool your heels, fella. Cool your heels. I about fell out when Richard called him Freddy Krueger. I was done. So Richard is here telling Elisa, like, why did you string me along? She was like, I didn't know how to tell you. I do care about you, but I didn't know how to tell you. He was like, you just tell me. You've been stringing me along for a year. So, child, Freddy Krueger takes his shades off, and he tells Ken that Elisa is very transparent. She says she doesn't want to be with Richard. She wants to be with him. She tells him everything. She's his girl. Or so he thinks. Baby, on Richard's way out the door, he was like, Freddy Krueger, you can have this Instagram model. She's selling fake bags online, and she broke. Like, Tammy said, I'm so disappointed in you because I thought you was going to talk, and that's what Elisa was saying. He was like, I'm out. I'm done. He is for real done. So Tammy's telling Elisa that she did not go about this the right way. If you do care about Richard, you should have let him go. Then she asked Tammy, does she want to be with Matthew? She took a 20-second pause. He's pissed. He's still trying to figure out if she wants to be with him. The answer is no. They keep going back and forth, and Tammy finally got them to apologize to each other. And I told y'all he was done. He's dating again. It's your girl Millie Chan. Bye, y'all.